Hi, it's Betty Pine. I'm back in my supply room again. Got me doing filing because that's what I love to do. Okay. I got another subject that's on my mind I would like to share with y'all. Another subject I've been reading a lot about is how men wonder why, when it comes to dating, women don't approach them for a date or just to talk. Like out on the street, why don't women approach men more? And I've heard a lot of debate about this, but I feel no one really gives direct, exact answers and an explanation for it. So, speaking from a woman's perspective, I decided to say why I feel women don't approach men, traditionally speaking. I'll say, first reason, women are taught from an early age, from childhood, to be afraid of men, especially men they don't know. Okay, we hear from our fathers, especially our mothers, our brothers, our uncles, our aunts, even our sisters, is don't approach no man you don't know. Don't walk outside alone. If a man walking behind you cross the street or whatever. So both consciously and subconsciously, women develop this underlining fear of always being cautious of men and what they could possibly do to us. Okay, that's been indoctrinated into us. So is it really that surprising? The average woman doesn't want to go up and talk to no man she doesn't know? Because we were taught not to, okay? And we were also taught that giving our attention to any and every man that speaks to us is the trait of a slutty female or a loose female that has no standards or no morals, okay? So that's what we're taught from little girls. So you got to understand that. Second of all, why women usually don't approach men is because if a man is in a bad mood that day, don't feel like being talked to or approached, then it can be dangerous for a woman to go up to him. More dangerous than it is for a man to approach a woman. Okay? So a lot of times, fear is a factor for safety comes into it when whether or not we should approach a man or not. Because we're taught in general to be scared of men we don't know and what they could possibly do to us. Especially if you go up to him and the man's not in a good mood, or I don't know, he's pissed off about something, he don't want nobody talking to him. That can be a dangerous situation for a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Second of all, I noticed this with women. I've noticed it my whole life. A woman usually would never say out loud when she feels a man is out of her league. But a lot of women feel that way about a lot of men. So they would never bother to go up and try to flirt with him or try to approach him like that. Women usually stay dead clear of men they feel are out of their league. They don't even bother talking to them. Because they know that we learn from an early age as women that men are usually a lot more superficial and looks matter way more to men than they do to women, okay? Physical looks are a much bigger deal breaker to men than it is to women. Not to say that women don't care about looks at all. They do. But I feel that there's more a man can do to make up for not being as attractive as the woman wants him to be. And there's very little a woman can do to make it up to a man for not being that physically attractive. On average to men, Not being physically attractive is the end all be all. They wouldn't even consider dating a woman who doesn't look the way he wants her to look. Okay? So, women knowing that, even if she doesn't say out loud, she doesn't feel that she's in his league as attractive, why would she bother going up to him? Okay? Usually it's the unattractive, like, little, like, I don't know, like, I'm sorry, but it's usually like the gremlin looking men who only want model looking women to date. Unattractive men never want to date unattractive women. They never want to date their female equal, their female counterpart to them. She's got to be hotter than me or I'm not dating at all. An unattractive man never wants an unattractive woman. So with that being said, knowing how much looks are important to men, women see a man and feel he's in a certain category looks-wise, and she's not in that category, in that league, she's not going to approach them. Why bother? You men let us know all the time how much important looks are to y'all, how much important looks are a deal breaker to y'all. So we figured if y'all found us attractive, y'all would come say something. And if y'all not say nothing, why bother? Okay? So those are the two main topics. Second of all, I'm not saying, third of all, why women usually don't approach men is because you men have no problem expressing when you feel a woman is unattractive or when a woman is fat or overweight or whatever. So we figured y'all should have no problem letting us know when you find us attractive or women you do find attractive. Okay, there's a fourth reason, let me think. Comment on, any ladies watching this video, feel free to comment below on why you think women usually don't approach men. And let me know. Thanks.